Welcome.
Sorry.
Good start. So welcome to episode. This is the big one. This is the big one. A big one.
The 2020.
2020. As a highlight, just like no, I was going to say something funny there, but then I realised it wasn't funny, and I couldn't think of it anyway.
Just like my vision, it's 20. It is actually because I've one good eye.
Okay.
So
It's just 20. So
this
yeah, this
pod-
is
yeah, this
what we're
brought
trying
by
to say.
Specsavers.
What we're trying to say is this is episode number 20 of the String Ninjas podcast. Thank you very much for sticking with us this long.
Yeah.
So announcement, just to announce the announcement. New video up on the Facebook and the YouTubes. Disco Biscuit. People have been asking about us about recording that for years, quite literally years now.
Yeah.
And about 6 or 7 weeks ago, actually it feels like it was that
I think
long.
it was that long.
We managed to get it recorded, so that's up there full on. It took me 5 days to fucking put the video together, and it really only should have took me one. So yeah, please
You've been like that
applaud
with
my efforts.
everything though.
So yeah, well, firstly it's up on Facebook and YouTube, so check it out, Disco Biscuit String Ninjas. But yeah, because I'm learning how to do everything, like see when I'm doing stuff on Final Cut, I know for a fact there's a better way to do stuff. So like when things go wrong, it's kind of a blessing in disguise, because then I go, how did that go wrong and how can I make it better? And lo and behold, that's what happens. So basically I fucking stuck the video together because there was only one camera angle, one wide angle, and like the resolution was okay enough to zoom in on certain parts, but you couldn't really properly zoom in without distorting. So I just fucking racked my brain trying to think of what to do with it, and then I cut and pasted it, and then all this automation, and the laptop was crashing left, right, and centre. And then on the fourth day, it rested. It created man
In accordance with the scripture. That's for all you feelings out there.
And yeah, so the fucking laptop crashed, and then it wouldn't. I was like, right, I'm just gonna bounce this, and then that way, no matter what happens, I have something. I have a copy of it there, and it was just like, nah, mate, you're fucking, it's shite, and I can't do anything. So I was like, fuck's sake.
Yeah.
But because I had everything the way I wanted it to go, because it took me so long, because I was going, I wonder what this would be like, and then I did it, and it took like a day to do that. And then I was like, nah, I don't like that. I'll do something else now. So by the time it actually crashed, I had it all laid out exactly the way I wanted it. So I was able to do it far quicker with way less chopping and changing and all. So yeah, it was a fucking nightmare. But I was happy enough at the end. It came out all right.
I was delighted with it.
It
Sounded great. Thanks to Mr. Murray.
Dave Brown Murray,
DBM.
DVM, check him out. He's
The biggest waste of talent in all of Northern Ireland.
that's quite true. And winner of the Teen Choice Award Best Kiss category, 1994. So he doesn't talk.
Who was that with?
He was up against Orlando Bloom.
In 1994?
Orlando Bloom.
He was a child then, surely.
Well, that's why. Yeah, but
There's an avenue we don't want to go down.
you know.
No, what a guy! What a guy!
So yeah, Dave is a friend of ours. He's a fucking phenomenal musician, fantastic fucking guitar player. If you just have a chance, check him out on YouTube. DBM, David Brown Murray, and he does what fucking video was it I seen recently? Because I actually went back and watched all his stuff, and I was just watching. It's like fuck me, just watching him. It's like I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted just because he's so fucking good. But he does Propane Nightmares. I think that was his big one. By those guys that wrote all those songs that people listen to. You know those ones.
What was their name? I need to know. I'm going to have to Google this. Sorry, I need to know who.
Mumford and Sons. That's who.
Mumford and Sons. By the way, one of your originals that you sent me to work on. Yeah, we're working on new stuff.
No, we're not, but
No,
we're not.
Well, we are.
So we're working on new versions of my stuff that's been lying dormant for like 9 years now.
Pendulum.
That's who it was. That's right.
No, but there's one of them ones that you sent. I think it's the penguin one. The more I listened to it, I was like, you inspired Mumford and Sons, because you did write that before they came about. Because that penguin, it's
the correlation doesn't necessarily equal causation. Do you know what I mean? They've probably never heard of it. Although if they did hear it and it did inspire them, well, they've kept it quiet.
And see if that's the case. See that plaque at the John Hewitt. I'm graffitiing over the front of it.
Here, fucking saying that now. Mumford and Sons are in the shits. Have you seen that, the article?
Oh, what for the
Your man, is it the drummer? I'd say no, because there is no drummer. They're all fucking singers.
They're all banjo players.
They're all banjo players. They all play one string each. But yeah, he said some shit.
Yep.
And now everybody's like, "Oh, you're such a ball bag now." Do you know? So I can't. I remember reading
can't
the article,
remember,
and I
yeah.
can't remember what the fuck. But that's just how much I.
I
Pay
think I
attention
remember
to it.
reading it, going, "Yeah, he's a wild for saying it,"
Yeah.
but I can't remember what he said because there's that much of it now. It's
Mm.
every day there's somebody that said something.
And yet we've yet to be caught. So
But ultimately,
that shows you there's no justice in the world.
ultimately, their biggest crime is their music.
Crime against music.
Yeah.
They're under investigation by the musicologists.
No, they are very. See their first album. Like I'm raging. I never went to see them live. My brother went to see them after that first album came out, and he said there was like, for the majority of the concert, it was just like four of them standing around one microphone singing.
Mhm.
And I love stuff like that when you just take away the music and just do like a cappella vocals. It sounded like
Fucking production value on that there was
Aye.
nil.
rented
What-
out the Odyssey for what?
it's
Stand
like
around one
It's
microphone.
like, here, can we do a sound check, please? Just put the fucking mic down.
I remember.
Leave it flat.
No joke. Do you remember when U2 played at the Odyssey? I think it was about 4 years ago, or something like that. I was at the Odyssey the night before the concert,
Mm.
and I was in the bit with the sound, and the lighting guys were. And whenever they were packing up, the U2 crew was waiting to come in, and like it was a fucking army of them,
Aye.
just wheeling in, just loads of shit. That was just for the bit on the floor. That wasn't anything to do with
The
lighting,
rigging,
the rigging.
right. See, it's
Oh my
weird
God.
because they have to justify the ticket sales now. Because there's no money to be made in recorded music, so they have to justify fucking £100 tickets. Like look at Rammstein, whatever the fuck you want to call them. Like I have no doubt in my mind
Albert.
that the Albert Rammstein. du hast die equal MC square.
Yes.
They were playing
He
down
beat
in
his
Bouch-
wife and he was shouting at the violin. Everyone thinks he's a genius. Fuck off.
What was it? Was it the fucking Albert Einstein? They saying the 40-year-old version. He's like he worked in the clerk's office, and then the woman was like, "Yeah, but he also fucked his wife." He's like, okay, it's a very specific bit of information to know about Albert Einstein, creator of modern physics. Fucking fucked his wife. Nice one. But I know about Rammstein are playing down in Boucher, and it's like it was like something like I think it might have been £100 a ticket, and I have no doubt in my mind, that would be a fantastic fucking show to go to.
Yeah.
But I'm not paying £100.
Nah.
Do you know what I mean? But they've got everything. They've got big fucking foam cannons and
I'll
stuff
catch
like
the documentary on Netflix when one of them inevitably commits a crime.
that. They have a song called "I Will," Ich Will, I think is right.
Yeah.
So it's that there's for a very foreboding song title.
Foreboding.
Foreboding.
Bringing it back to your music
Mhm.
again.
Clapbacks and all
Aye.
that shit.
Honestly, if anybody wants to know who actually the talented one is, go on SoundCloud and search Gavin Ferris guitar. Yeah, because I can't compose to save me. I swear, if you held a gun to my head and were like, Mick, compose me, something like that.
Compose your fucking self, Mick. Would you ever compose yourself? No fucking. It's weird because people, whenever I like write stuff, it's not like I sit down and think about it.
Yeah.
For back then, when I was doing all the writing, it was like, oh, I like this tuning, and it's usually like an
Yeah.
open tuning, so like the harmonics and all that work well with each other. But then it'd just be like techniques and patterns that I would just use. I know
suppose
that's essentially what music is.
You know what it is? Maybe I'm not a victim. That's the wrong way to put it. But like,
Well, you are a
it's oh, Jesus Christ. But maybe it's like more because like I play an instrument. Look at us talking about music.
I know. Oh.
Mate,
No,
This-
when I
this is
ascertain.
amazing. It's only taken us 20 episodes to get back to talking about what we were talking about in the first episode, which is music.
This is unprecedented.
Yeah,
like.
but no, maybe it's because I have solely played an instrument that is a lead instrument all my life. You know,
But no, you could write, like I play banjo, it's the same tuning as a violin. Obviously, it's not the same.
but
Not within the same
a
register.
banjo, right, a violin is only ever, it's never an accompaniment instrument. A banjo can be both. A guitar can be both. A piano can be both.
A violin can be an accompaniment instrument, just not the way you fucking play it, because you don't want to be second best. You want to be,
What,
you want to
piano?
be, no, fucking violin. You want to be front and center. It's like, Mick, I just want you to play a G, and you're like,
Aye.
what, like GBD up an arpeggio, fucking
Aye.
up and down the fretboard.
Someone asked me recently, like, how do you do what you do? And I was like, Gavin Ferris, he taught me how to finger. You know what I'm saying?
And then you sniffed your finger and laughed and walked
when
away.
you die and I give your eulogy, I will say that. You know,
You
God
could-
rest his soul, or Allah rest his soul, or fucking Obi-Wan,
Oh,
whatever religion you're praying to.
Whatever you're putting down in the census.
Have you done yours?
No. No, we will do it.
Thousand
Like.
Mile Fine Apart if you don't do it. I'm like, I can't. For the amount of people who I know won't do it, I can't see that actually being enacted.
Where the fuck should they can't find anybody for anything these days?
Anyway, what have we been up to, Gavin? Do you want to tell the people what we've been up to? Do
We
you
had
want to tell people about a new friend that we've made?
we had a one-off 20-minute gig where we played 3 songs and then went home again. It was literally in and out.
All right, yeah.
I've had examinations that were longer. Like
I was gonna say I've had raids that have lasted longer. I'm like,
no. 3 thrusts and we're done. One up, one down, and one to polish.
But no, right. So to clarify, St. Patrick's Day. What would you?
That wasn't Mick farting, by the way.
No.
That was his phone going off on the table there.
Yeah.
It just sounded like a wee silent one.
Aye. So St. Patrick's Day, Sailortown Regeneration Project got in touch with us. Shout out to Sinead, works in Sunflower. We really appreciate it.
And Shamey O'Neill
and Shamey
for fighting our corner, because I completely forgot to fucking thank him. I said thank you to Sinead, who had nothing really to do with it, and it was Shamey that put it all together. I didn't realise it was when I got home through and it was like, you fucking thanked everybody but Shamey, and I was like, I really didn't mean, I only said thank you to Sinead because I knew she was watching and it was a joke.
And her mum had said,
and her mum was
because
in
it's Connor's birthday.
So it was kind of, and then it was like when I got home, I was like, oh fuck, I didn't actually. So apologies, Shamey. I was not intentional.
I know Shamey. We know we don't listen to this.
It was a great fucking thing.
But no, we'll clip this bit
and put it in,
and then we'll put it out. So Shamey O'Neill, from the bottom of our bums, thank you very much.
From the heart of our bottoms.
So yeah, anyway, so we were booked to play with, like, you had Amanda St. John, Dalrida Folk, loads of cracking people. Anthony Toner was on the bill as well, and they really thought that
the Adventurers, I think it was the
Adventurers.
They were brilliant.
Yeah, they were class.
Some key changes on them guys and lady.
But they thought, who should we get in as like a palate cleanser? Who doesn't play any Irish music? And we'll book them for St. Patrick's Day.
I wouldn't say palate cleanser would be a good.
Colonic irrigation.
Yeah, I was literally thinking more of like a harsh wipe.
Yeah, a wire brush and Dettol.
Who will be our harsh wipe that will reset?
Oh, did you ever do the dick dance thing? I'm just starting off topic for a second. You remember when I was doing
that's why the bed broke, but anyway, that's a different story.
That's a story
no, I had the funny thing is,
Disco Biscuits getting away.
So doing that there.
Don't take drugs,
but
kids.
No, I had because what happened? What fucking happened? I had actually went through. There was one specific bit I was looking at where you actually confirmed, where you went, no, actually, I really do love anal. Yeah. Like, as part of the joke, what we were talking about. But I watched the whole fucking podcast. Well, obviously I didn't watch the whole thing because I missed it somewhere. Yeah. But I watched like 20-minute chunks of it and moved on. I was like, I couldn't find it. So I fucking went through and got loads of like sentences and stripped them all down. I was like, right, I'll be able to do something with that. Yeah. And then I went in the Logic to try and write like a wee thing to put over the top of it. Yeah. But then I ended up writing this really epic piece of music that I ended up sending to you. And I was like, so this thing started up to write for you to do as a joke. Okay. I ended up really enjoying it, and I actually turned it into a serious piece of fucking new retro fucking electronic music. So it's on the burner. Yeah, but it's fucking,
the seed is there, it just needs to be grown. But anyway, so back to Wednesday. So yeah, we were booked to play. We hadn't played in front of people in so long. I literally, a few days before, was like, I don't have enough leads. I'd forgotten I was out of leads for my pedal board. We got down there, great hospitality, beer fridges. There was stew.
They kept fucking forcing it. Do you want stew? I was like, no. I was like, what's wrong with this stew? He's like, there's nothing wrong with it. By the way,
it was a gorgeous setting.
It was lovely.
Safely done as well. 2 stages. So when one crowd was finished playing, the next crowd, it was like that sort of Jules Holland sort of style.
We were on the smaller one, but they have assurance next year we're on the main stage.
Yeah, better. Every festival we play says that.
That's because they all think we're shite and they get us in for the track, and then they realise we're actually alright. Like.
But so the master of ceremonies for Wednesday was none other than Johnny Hero.
I need a hero.
So Johnny was announcing the acts and this, that, and the other. Now, we are quite sarcastic and dry-witted, I will say. So we never met Johnny. Johnny didn't know who we were, even though he's been told about us.
Stood all over my fucking leads.
He did stand all over your leads. And anyway, so he stood in front of us, and then live on camera decides to try and have a bit of banter with us. And he asked me, the first thing he was like, "What's your names?" And I went, "I can't remember. I haven't gigged in a year." And he was like, hold on a second, a band with personality? What's going on here? So, and then he asked us for a CD. I was like, I'll give you a mini disc. How about that?
A mini disc,
I'll
guy.
give you a
Fuck me.
retro, is it?
There you are. Give me just whap a vinyl out of your back pocket. There you are.
But anyway, long story short, we played the gig. Halfway through the first song, I forgot what I was even doing.
Johnny Cable, you bet
and
his
you
pants.
you literally had to go. Now's the change.
For what was it?
It was during Daft Punk. I just forgot the tune. I just forgot how it went.
Oh no, I noticed that because I went, yeah, we'll do that, but again, we're leaning over to you.
And then we did. Then we played Metallica. I thought Metallica went really well.
Then the dance tune.
Then the dance tune.
I was like, what the fuck is this?
It's so funny because I heard people asking me later on that night, messaging me going, "Here, you used to just having a conversation during your gig," and I'm like, but we always do that. That's what
it's just motor fucking
So-
muscle memory.
In short, we were rusty as hell, but apparently, by all reports, was smashed it. To which the sound man came up to us afterwards, and he was like, "Well, lads, I wasn't expecting that." And do you know what, Gavin? That is the thing I've missed the most about gigging, was making people go, "Oh, here
fuck
we
was that?
fiddly dee, no,
But the thing is-
and then we go in and just murder.
I literally said to him when we were setting up, I was like, here, people always see him and me, and they see the violin and the guitar, and they think we're going to be doing jingly jangly stuff. I says, no, it's like, I need loads of bass. We're going to be doing dance music and all that. And he was like, oh. And then he walked off, and then I was like,
Yeah, because we hadn't done a sound check because we couldn't, because they were having our sound check like 20 past 2 the day before.
I know,
it wasn't possible.
There was a
to do.
10-minute sound check,
Yeah,
and basically by the docks,
yeah.
and it was 15 minutes in a
Yeah.
taxi for me to get there and 15 minutes to get back
Aye.
for 10 fucking minutes. Like I could have said to the taxi driver to wait, and I would have done the sound check. I was like, there's no fucking point in me go like 10 minutes all that way.
So that was funny to do that, but obviously the crown and glory of the whole night was when, well, there was two.
It was when Johnny had to change his trunks.
Johnny had to change his trunks after seen what we did, and then he came back on camera and he
didn't come on
he
camera.
Didn't come on camera. Sorry, this is not. He doesn't work for the BBC. There's nothing you need to take out of that. But he basically said, the lads, if there was a show to steal, I think you just you just showed it. No, you stole it. If it was a show to steal, you just stole it. Yeah, split the bricks out, we'll build a house.
But I always think, see if somebody says that, and I was the other fucking axe, I'd be like, what a cunt.
I know, but it's funny
what
because
the fuck did we not do anything?
I laughed at that, but I was like, well, yeah, I know, because we are class. Gavin, you're very humble. I'm not, so we balance.
It's one of those things.
You're the yang to my elder yang. But the thing is, that I don't know if you saw it, but whenever I was playing, because we had set up, you got cameras in front of you, and then beaming lights, and the whole other place
see anything.
It's in darkness, right? But while we were playing the dance tune, Johnny Hero was stood just to the side of the camera. But so he couldn't be seen on camera, but I could see him.
You gave him a wee wink on.
And when I was playing, when we were doing the Zombie Nation bit, and he was giving it stacks, and I was like, he didn't dance or give a shit about anybody else that played, because he just sat on the sofa and sat on his phone.
See, I think the thing is as well, see at that time, see when people are in those like very grandiose situations where it's like a church and lights and fucking this, it's being streamed, it's all a very similar style of music. Like I don't mean like it could be a singer-songwriter and a fucking Keeley band too, but they're going to play that similar tone of music where it's that, it's like, it's not sad.
No,
but it's like melancholy
it's just
type.
Appropriate for
the
setting.
It's just appropriate. So whenever it's
we
always
went
like
in and murdered.
Yeah, so we go in and we're like here.
Sacrificed a lamb on the altar, basically.
The other thing is, see, whenever I fucking stood up there and I put that guitar around me, because I've been denying it for so long, but I'm fat now, right? I am fucking fat, like my belly and my tits. But it is like, here, get the my big lad to be, and like, here, fuck, make a few quid down the docks with these.
I need a mirror to send a dick pic.
I need somebody else to come and take the picture.
So you get a camera crew in?
Ultra wide lens from across the street. For God's sake. But fucking so. Whenever I put the guitar strap on and I had the fucking guitar around me, I was like, fuck, it's like playing lap guitar, because it was just sitting on my belly up to here.
It's the two of us.
So you're not too bad, because you're up here anyway. So
I can see
if you develop a double neck, you're fucked.
Yeah,
those double chins, you're fucked.
But no, ultimately, it was good crack. It was nice. There was like a really cool energy about the place, because you could tell like the camera guys and the sound techs and whatever, all these people they haven't worked in so long.
They were just
everybody
glad.
was just like, it was really good, and it was nice to sort of be in a room with people of a similar ilk to you, and you're because I miss that bit, like musician talk, but then it was like that went away pretty quickly, and it was like, so what have you been up to? Nothing, just like yourself.
I don't like the fucking music talk because people are like, it's like,
oh no, I don't mean nerdy music talk, just but the way we're all. But musicians have like similar personalities. We talk about the same stuff as in like gig horror stories and things like that. Or that's all I mean. But it was just nice to be within the arts again.
See, I always get when people call to me and they're like, "Oh, you're some player in that guitar." And it's like it's A minor, man. It's just, don't know what I mean. It's like it's not difficult to do. It's just that nobody else does it.
There's a guy who said that to me one time in John Hewitt. He was like, "Geez, you're some player," and I was like, "Oh, thanks very much." And he went, I studied at the Royal Academy of Music. And I was like, what are you trying to say to me?
But the thing is, he say, like, do you know why I studied? He's like, no, I've just met you, you can't. It's like, I don't know anything about you.
And then he came up about 10 minutes later and was like, oh, can I play? And I went, no, you fucking
That's can't. That's a no-no. Never do that, by the way. Anybody listening, don't go up to a fucking musician who's in the middle. Imagine going up to fucking Little, or like, I would say Little.
Imagine walking into a theatre in a hospital and going to a surgeon here.
There we go. I've read a book. I'm on the internet.
I've watched Grey's Anatomy.
Fuck.
I know, I haven't made it. Well, no, right. Grey's Anatomy's alright.
Grey's Anatomy.
There's a point, spoiler alert, when George dies, I was done with it. I couldn't be doing it, and I had to stop watching it because I like George.
I think the minute you started talking about it, I died. So every time I see her, any time Grey's Anatomy is portrayed and any other, like, it's always making fun of it, but it's always that smarmy couple that are like, oh, we like to watch Grey's Anatomy on a Friday,
I'd rather watch ER, mate, much more crazy.
Stick on
ER's amazing. But Wednesday was good fun. I can't wait to do it again. But we were rusty as hell. Do you know I forgot how to use a microphone? Whenever you said, because I had to talk a wee bit while you were tuning, I literally forgot how to talk into a mic to people. And I found myself getting nervous, which is weird because we do this all the time. But I found that very...
As soon as I started playing, I was like, because we were playing so many gigs a week, that you literally didn't think about playing anymore. Do you know what I mean?
You lived on autopilot.
It just did it. Whereas because we hadn't played, even though I knew all the songs, we had a quick practice. Yeah. I was just going in my head, like, thank fuck we're not playing anything more difficult here.
Yeah.
Do you know, like guys think, like, because we could have done Shape of My Heart and it would have ripped the place apart.
Yeah.
But there's no fucking way we would have been able to do that because like it's the doubt. See, if we had it went right, we're going to do it. We're going to nail it. I really thought
you even said to me before we started, you went here.
If they ask us
for an encore, what are we doing? And I was like,
fuck.
What else do we play? Literally on the drive over here, I was going, Shaka Khan came on. I went,
we know how to
play it. Play that, don't we? I swear I can't remember our set
before we go out gigging properly. Like, if somebody says to us, right, you have a 2 hour slot, we really need to sit down.
We need to actually book a studio and
fucking
just turn everything on. And
just so we'll need to send ourselves a set list. To fucking
but that's the thing as well. Like, I've got my new paddle board coming and stuff. I have to spend so much time relearning our set again because I've got to set that up right because it's a whole new system. It's still a multi-effects board, so it's still...
Mick's moving into the digital age here, so he is.
I bought myself a Batmobile.
Yeah.
But
not the Keaton Batmobile, the newer Batmobile, the Christian Bale Batmobiles, the one that fucking, makes you coffee and wanks you off.
I swear to God, see when it comes on Friday.
You'll be coming on Friday?
Do you know, because what I was thinking about doing? Because I hate people that do it, but I thought I might actually have to do this, is do like an unboxing video.
Well, you should.
Because people do that all the time, and I think, oh, what a dickhead, man! It's a box of chocolates.
Well, you should do an unboxing video, but like send it to me, and I'll just as you open it up, I'll like, do you see the one where it's like the guy's face, the black face gold. Going? Have you seen those videos yet?
Yeah.
They're all on TikTok where it's like a guy looks at the exhaust, and then it goes black, and you see the guy going. We'll do that. Send it to me, and I'll do some stuff with it.
Oh man, I can't wait. But I actually think what I'm probably going to spend the rest of this week doing, not all the time, but just in between us playing Call of Duty. Incidentally, if anybody plays Call of Duty on Xbox,
give us a shout. Join our squad.
Actually, no, we'll give out the gamer tags.
I don't have to accept them. That's the beauty of it all.
That's the beauty. So you can get me on Xbox. I'm Val and Mick, and then he's not.
He's not.
What are you, musical 66
musical mayhem with 66 in the middle. I've been wanting to change it, but they charge you for that because
no way.
Yeah, they charge you for fucking change. That's the good thing about the Modern Warfare thing. You can do your
Xbox charge you.
No, they do. They charge you for changing it. If you go to change your, I think you get one free change, and then after that it's like fucking $3.99 to change it. I don't understand why it's a big thing because it's literally a digital fucking It's not like you're going down to get your passport renewed or something like that. But that's what I like about the Activision, the new one in Modern Warfare now, because that's why I'm called Tank Hunter. Because whenever I play Battlefield, that's literally my job. I'm gonna fucking hunt tanks, and I go and I take them out in mines and all that shit.
That's
Sorry, boring fuckers.
Yeah. So I added on Xbox.
Now that we've got rid of all the ladies talking about Battlefield, anybody have any erectile dysfunction? Just want to come clean about.
But what were we talking about before that? Yeah, so this week, outside of us playing Call of Duty and all the other stuff going on in our lives, I probably going to spend a bit of time on YouTube just watching instructional videos. Because I'm not, see when that box comes, I'm not sitting going through the instructions going...
Mate, you should. No, in all honesty, you really should. Like,
no, I want somebody that just actually
I know it's a visual thing, because I would be the same if somebody went to me, but that's how you do that. And I'd be like, right, fine. But I've been finding, obviously, since we've been buying more equipment and stuff, and we're going to have more on the way, reading it, just giving a glance through the general things, like, does make a fucking difference on the book. And then just going, because it's like, you could get a video that shows you how to do something, but you needed to know something slightly before that, you know, and the video you're watching probably assumes that you've got that knowledge, so it's always handy to do that sort of shit, like.
I'm just looking forward to figure. It's all the amps. I want to. That's the bit.
Your sound will get fucking fantastic.
Because what I want to be doing is actually be able to go. Because my natural sound has to stay what it
See,
always
you're
is.
fucking super erotic for Satana sound, so you can literally download his
No,
fucking
but this
sound.
is the thing. What I'm going to be doing then is. Man, we've talked a lot about music. I'm enjoying this. No, because we said
you've had one little taste of music during the week there.
But that's what I wanted. No, because.
Whereas before we were bored as fuck.
Every bloody comedian in Northern Ireland has a podcast. So whenever we started doing a podcast, everyone was like, "Oh, you think these are funny?" I'm like, no, we didn't.
Just funny
looking.
Podcast
for being, it's just funny looking.
Well, the thing is, it was kind of hard because we had to fucking try and keep up with think of ideas.
Yeah.
But there's only so much you could do in music, which is why I was thinking the new format that we were discussing about doing seasons. Where we plan it, we do like 10 episodes in a season.
Yes.
And then we plan out who we're talking to and what we're doing and all that there. And then I'll edit it all, and then we can release them on 10-week basis, and then take like a fucking 2 months off. Yeah. And do you know what I mean? And that keeps it fresh rather than trying to turn it out every week.
But no, what I really want to do then is like all the stuff that we do in our cover set then, like taking like the Eagles or take like Metallica or anything where I have to do some iconic guitar solo is literally find their sound and go, right, that is what it's going to be. Dial it. It's not going to be exact because it's still coming through a violin. Because that was the thing. Remember when we first did our first EP, your man Graham had when I was doing
he did the distortion. I remember he put his own distortion. He was like, no, I'm going to put, and it opened a new, I could see
and
you
going, light bulb.
Ding, ding, ding. You were like, that's.
I remember recording that on a video. And I remember,
comes up on our time.
I remember messaging our dude Fitzy, and I went, mate. And he was like, bro, welcome.
But the thing is, like, that's what they're saying about Dave, because one of Dave's complaints when I sent him the Disco Biscuit is because we had recorded everything with all the effects that from our pedal boards.
Yes.
So he was like, give me a clean signal and the pedal board signal to reference. And he says, because I have plugins that'll fucking do the job way better. Do you know what I mean? I can dial it in more, and I can so it's like so. So and he's using Logic as well, which is, I know Graham was using.
Because that's the thing as well. It's like my difficulty with guitar sounds is because a guitar is picked and a violin is bowed.
It's different tone as well.
So there's that.
So you've got thicker strings. You've got fucking, you know, all those things.
I have no frets, and any violinists out there who are thinking about putting a fret on their fingerboard, I swear to God, I'll headbutt you. You. Oh,
he's been ranting about
there's
this
enough
for
evil. There is enough evil in the world without violinists and bloody fretboards. Get over yourselves. Tune your ear into knowing the fucking tune.
But even at that, there, like, there's a certain amount, like, it wouldn't even be your ear, like, like, obviously you'll need it, but like your fucking muscle memory is like basically, you know, when you want a note, this is where your finger goes.
I literally know when I play, even though I'm not very good.
See, it's one of those things because it's so alien to me. I would love to get a fucking fretless guitar. I love the sound of them. I think they're bright. See, when you have like a fretless nylon guitars, it's essentially like a massive violin. Like it's the same principle because you've got those nylon like catgut inverted comma strings, so you'll get that twang. But see, like if you're like writing like a real like a Middle Eastern themed sort of, I know that that sort of scale, you know, like an Egyptian scale type of thing. I know there's probably a proper name for that type of scale. Melodic minor, is that sort of thing? But I feel fucking those guitars are fantastic for it. They're brilliant, but you really have to be, your muscle memory has to be on top.
Yeah.
But I would love to see, to have a go and be like, right,
Yeah.
can I? Because the thing is, I know when I hit a note and it's off.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's not like I can go, oh, that's perfect. I know for a fact, I need to slide it up or down. But it's just because there's no frets because when you're sliding up or down, you've got the wee flick of the fret under your fingers, so you can sort of, you know when to stop and start and moving about.
Because I actually almost feel like, I mean, like I've watched a lot of guys play electric violin. There's one out called a Stingray, and you can get it in 7 strings, a 7-string violin with frets.
That's more strings than a guitar.
But you know, this is the problem. So see,
how many of those strings can you hit at once?
Oh Christ!
Because you know, you get on if there was like chords available in it, you could go right. We could do something weird with that.
So violins are a 4-string instrument. Right? Yeah. You can get, when you get a 5-string instrument, you can decide on 2 different things. You can either have a standard 4-string width, well then that means the 5 strings are all closer together. Yeah. So the thing is, for anyone who doesn't know, so a guitar bridge is flat. A violin bridge is curved, so that's how you don't hit all the strings.
That's why the bows go up.
Yeah, that's why you're constantly like that. So you can either have 5 strings on a 4-string width, or you can have a wider neck, and then you get the 4-string gap between each string. So each string still has the same gaps it normally would, but
it's the
actual neck and the fingerboard is wider. But on a 7-string with frets, I'm like, what the?
That's a guitar.
But I'm watching these people, and I'm going, I would feel very restricted.
Actually, no,
playing that, I wouldn't.
It's one of those ones like, you know, how high up can you go? Because you know, like obviously, because like it'd be different if the fucking, because normally, like, obviously, for people that don't really know music, there only is.
What are you even doing here?
In Western, I know, because we're definitely not fucking.
If you're here for the comedy or the economic advice, we're not here.
They're here for the ditties. Yeah. That's all it is. The
that's the door. I have to tell that.
Okay, ditties.
No, you just reminded me of something.
Okay,
we'll talk about that.
I so fucking like. There only is 12 notes in all of Western music. They repeat themselves and and that's how you have octaves, and they go higher and higher and higher and blah blah blah. 13? Yeah. What do you mean 13?
It's 13 semitones in the scale.
Yeah, but will they repeat? Do they not?
No, C sharp, D, E flat, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B flat, B. I've missed one. Hold on a second. Can we just pause the pot? Put that B in. Right, so C sharp, D, E flat, E. F sharp, G sharp, A, B flat, B,
C.
So there's 12 notes apparently in a fucking scale.
Because I don't count the octave.
C.
So that's a.
All right.
I won. I won.
You won a music theory argument.
So yeah, because I've been saying that for years. So I was like, if I'm embarrassing myself for fucking years, but I mean,
my whole dissertation has just been it's just null and void now. It failed anyway, but it's really pointless.
No, it's been confirmed. If I was the one going here, fuck.
I mean, my hope, my base.
Q. This is where this is getting cut. By the way,
say Q wrote my dissertation by the sound. Complete conspiracy theory. There's actually 13 notes.
Yeah, because Q was one of them. Fuck's sake. B flat Q.
Oh my!
I can't even fucking. What was it? So the fucking violin. That's where we were. So you said because obviously then because it repeats itself. Yeah. Sort of like a piano has like fucking 4 octaves usually, doesn't it?
No, the violin, the top strings, it still goes the highest note is still what the highest note is.
Yeah.
You've then got the addition of, so then it goes to the viola, cello. That range is then down there.
But I was going to say, but that's sort of, it's like having your cake and eating it. Like it's going. That's the whole point of the violin, the cello, and all that. But at the same time, here's what I'm saying. Is it any longer? Or is it still the same length?
Oh no, see they're built.
Is it just the width thing? Is there not like it's like a violin, like your size of violin, only a lot chunkier? Or would there be a bit of extra length on it?
So do you know the old, the actual the distance from your chin to where your hand would be, all that, and the extra bit for the tuning pegs there's no real. That's still the same dimensions.
It's just very strange.
But you know the old guitars, the Kiss would have played. You know the actual axes. That's the one. I'll show you a picture of it.
No, I think I've seen it.
I think they look absolutely disgusting myself.
There is a certain like I've seen some violins that look good. I've seen. Have you ever seen the Flam V violin?
Sorry, it's not called a Stingray. That's what 50 It's called a Viper.
Viper.
Viper violin.
The fucking those stingrays look like the Wu-Tang Clan symbol with the fucking.
That's it there.
Oh yeah, they're like Flam
So
Vs.
what happens
They're
is,
horrible.
but you have to strap it around you.
Mm.
So you're getting a lot of the. So I'm gonna alienate a few people here, but there's a lot of violinists. There's a lot of
You have to
violinists.
strap it around you, like so under your chin, but then.
So no, you put there's a chin rest, but there's a strap that goes under it and it goes around you. So like
if those stupid fucking cameras, buddy, are those
but
fucking
it doesn't go around you that way.
people in Sainsbury's have
it
to
goes
wear.
under your armpit and then it straps around your shoulder. So then you can stand there and it just
It's sort of not that it puts me in mind of, but the thing a harp guitar. Do you ever see a harp guitar?
yeah.
But they actually are fucking class. Do you
Yeah.
ever see them? They're
Functional.
they are functional because there's no frets on the thing. It
Shout
literally.
out to our dude Tommy Luce.
Tommy Luce,
What-
Tommy
what a
Luce
player.
plays one. Annie McKee plays one.
Yeah.
One of the best harp guitar pieces I've ever heard was Antoine Dufour.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's French Canadian, so I don't know how to pronounce his name properly. So you look at him up, and he's actually called Jeff. That's not that part.
See there.
Is it?
So
They're fucking
so that
horrible.
will go underneath. I think they're disgusting. The Stingrays are much.
It looks like a flat. Do
Yeah.
you ever see in Aliens? Alien is it Resurrection, where Ripley gets reincarnated and she gets put onto the Wu-Tang Clan?
See, that's the one I wanted originally, and they're back in stock now. But then I
don't
read,
like the look of them.
but
either.
I checked up on.
They look like a fucking axe. Like
Yeah.
literally an axe.
I think it's gorgeous,
Oh, man,
and
no.
but it's still very much. It's still a violin.
I
at
have
the
to
heart of
put
it.
see because we're doing this. I'm gonna have to put fucking the things up.
Drop we.
Wee bings on there, wee pictures on the fucking thing. But for to describe what Mick's describing. So if any of us has seen a Flan V, this is where I was going with. So a Flan V guitar. Look at Dave Mustaine Flan Vs. There's loads of them. It basically looks like they've tried to do that with this violin.
Yeah.
But they've like Stevie Wonder's made it.
Yeah.
So like he can't or somebody with really bad eyesight and no taste.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't
Horrible looking.
understand why it's a weird. And do you know what, mate? They're all like fuck 7, 8, 9 grand.
Aye. No,
I'm like,
do you know what it put me in mind of? That scene in Alien Resurrection where Ripley comes
Yeah.
across the room with all the experiments.
Yeah.
And they're all like, kill me.
Yeah.
It's like that.
But see, for 8 grand, I'd want to be able to play it acoustically.
Yeah, no, you definitely would.
I would, I would want
There's
something.
no pickup in the world that's going to be worth
And
$8 grand. Like.
So, I mean, the Stingray one is. I read up in the pickup and I was like, you know what? It's passive. And
See,
I went, you know what? It's not for me.
I'm a more traditionalist. Like, this is funny me saying this, like, but your violin, because see that there to me, that fucking violin, it looks like a stick. That's all it looks like a stick. It looks like a diddly bow, and that's about it. A Chapman stick. Do you ever see a Chapman stick?
Yeah.
They're fucking class. They're cool as well. But that's what it looks like. It looks like just a stick with a fucking couple of strings attached to it,
Yeah.
and that's it. See, I don't like. I know it's like. Oh, how can you justify the price when there's hardly anything there? Do you know what I mean? Is the fretboard ebony?
Yeah.
Is it like a proper violin?
I mean, this is the one that I think I'm going for, but I just can't decide.
See, that to me.
It
again,
looks like
I
a
have to-
violin.
See that there looks
see
like
the-
more
see
like
that? See that head stock there? That's inspired by
So what's
a
that? That's a-
Stradivari viola
okay.
from like 16th
Bridge
century or something.
Aquila.
Yeah.
Aquila.
But it just this one legit looks like a Batmobile.
It looks very, very nice. I like that one. I like the green shading on it as well.
you know, look at that, mate. That's just
See,
it's
that there to
carbon
me,
fiber body.
that there to me looks a lot more sturdy than the other one.
Yeah, and because the bridge is on the body, you know, there's certain things I just go, yeah, that looks good,
Looks much nicer.
but it's fucking pricey. It's very expensive.
The no, fuck it. It's one of those. But we've been harping on with you for ages about getting a new violin and treating yourself and all that. There, you need to whip out that glass one, the fucking plastic,
did.
the plastic perspex one that
actually.
lights up when you
I
plug it in.
found it, I opened it up, and there was a problem with it, and I don't know what it
Mick
was.
has a violin that looks like it should be played in fucking Stringfellows. it's like it's like really it's like perspex.
Yeah.
And it
It's
doesn't it light up?
impossible to tune. Yeah.
Doesn't it light up when you plug it in?
yeah,
so
it's
it like goes all the. It looks like a stripper's fucking birthday party. So
It's impossible to tune though, man. It's really it's because the whole body's perspex, and then the tuning pegs are still made of wood, like an normal tuning peg.
Mm.
It's just this real.
oh fuck no, I hate all that.
Yeah.
I hate that. I've literally, I'm not buying any instruments at all. It's
Yeah.
fucking, I'm getting recording materials.
How long have we been recording here?
39
Oh,
minutes,
that's not
mate.
too
39
bad.
minutes.
I feel like I've been yapping for about 20 minutes on violins alone. No, I don't be fretting up your violins. You're
I know, that's over
pervert if you do.
you're definitely sexually
But that's it. I have
frustrated.
no problem with guitars having a fingerboard or a fretboard.
Well, thank fuck for that, there.
No,
Like,
but
because there's guitars all around the world are just breathing the sigh of relief now. Oh, Mick's okay with it. We're fucking sweet. Man, no, I would love to get a fucking fretless guitar. I'm getting an electric, believe it or not.
Is your bass fretless?
No.
No.
I see.
You need to pull that out.
Need to whop it out, do I? Stick it on the table.
It's a nice
Measure it,
bass.
see what weight it is.
It is a nice
It needs the strings changed. I've never strung up a bass ever, so I'm kind of like, I know those ones. Do you ever have like an appointment that you need to do, but you just sort of ignore it? And you're like, well, I'll do it when it comes. So I got the last time I tried to use and record with the bass, the acoustic bass, Ibanez, we tiny thing. It's fucking fantastic. It's such a great wee thing. Fiona got it from me a couple of Christmases ago. But I rarely ever use it because the last time I went to plug it in, because this house is so old and the wiring's so fucked, it was picking up all sorts of interference. But since doing that, I've got one of those power conditioner plug boards. So we're going to get new plug sockets put in up the stairs. So everything's going to be suited. So I'll be using more stuff because I want to start getting my fucking timing like clockwork.
That's
like,
why I bought the loop station.
We need, because the thing is, if I get my timing like clockwork and you get the loop station, there's, do you know what I mean? And I've got that loop station over there. Even my digital delay has a do you know what I mean? So we could do something. It could expand so much. But I was thinking, even without the timing, even if you just fucking did some real ethereal thing, and just let it fucking, and then we could do stuff over the top of it. Do you know what I mean? You could really.
For me, like for the money it costs, and then I know how durable that loop station is. I'm like, I'd be foolish not to buy it.
Actually, you bought that and the fucking and the pedal board,
So shout out to the Arts Crowd.
I was going to say, you can
thank
tell.
you so much. I cannot wait to get those boxes. I swear I am.
It's going to make our recording life a lot easier as well, like because you're going to be able to fucking put all that shit in straight away and all.
See the thing as well is like I was thinking about when we get back to gigging. Because I see that the Boss M80 event, I'm not getting rid of it. I think I'm never selling that thing.
Keep
that
it.
thing has stood me such it's done me such
the thing
good
is,
service.
But see, there'd be times whenever you're like, you'll not want to bring that fucking digital thing out.
Like for a wedding, I'm not gonna bring if we're doing like just a wedding ceremony, I'm not bringing the Helix or anything for that there. It doesn't need it. Just the wee Boss will do.
You're gonna have to know what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to get a pedal board, like a proper pedal board.
I was thinking about that and mount the two.
You can ask people to make it, get like a wood person.
I was thinking about getting Leaf to do it.
I don't know if he'll make an actual Leafs. Anybody Leafs a guy. I was going to say he's a local, but he's not. I think he's like Canadian or something like that. I could be wrong, but he does a lot of the pedal board work and all that sort of stuff. And I've used him a couple. He set mine up. But what I'm saying is actually because you've got the RC80, is that
RC300?
RC300, which is fucking huge, and then you're going to have your digital one, which is also pretty big.
I'm going to loop on the bottom and then
so you're going to need like a double one. So but you can get people to make them custom made. If you know anybody who does like woodworking, you got there, you can get somebody
exactly, and then get it like a guard at the back. As well.
So
but hopefully, see, this is the thing as well is when we go back gigging again, I'm wondering is how the world's going to change, like with regards to the public, because John Hewitt's a no-brainer. We're on a stage or away from people, so we've always been safe, and there's no chance of people spilling drinks over you and stuff like that. There, so when you're doing those bar gigs where you're on the floor with everybody else, they're the ones that I would always be nervous about because I'd be like, because that was Ross from Disco Beard had said I talked to him about it, and he had said how he literally had to make something like a guard so that even when people were standing over, because that's the thing as well, people seem to forget how much equipment costs for musicians, and nobody is stopping people dancing. Like, how many times have you seen me boot people away when they get too close to us? I'm like, mate, you can't afford to pay for this, so
and you're not going to. You're going to fucking stumble out of the bar.
Shamey from Dalrida folk, I remember one time, like, he's been playing Fibber McGee's for 30 years. And I remember he was telling someone to stop dancing so close to him, and they wouldn't listen. And eventually, when he was playing his fiddle, he has the same one as me. The guy hit the fiddle and it flew straight up into the air, landed on the dance floor, and people just were dancing on it. And it got smashed to smithereens. And Lavery's didn't even offer any kind of compensation.
Was it Lavery's?
That's who owns Oh, sorry, forgive me. No, not
Wine
Lavery's.
Inns
Apologies.
would have been.
Robinson's. Robinson's, yeah. Apologies, Lavery's. No
That's
offense
Wine
to
Inns
them.
own Robinsons, but I don't know if they owned it back when that happened.
But that was the thing. Like and then I remember your woman, Maria Nesbitt. She, the fiddle player. She used to play down in Henry's, blonde girl. She does a lot of sessions.
Oh yes, oh, she's nice.
No, she's not Maria. Sorry, Maria Nesbitt's the one who plays with Riverdance.
Because there was the three
Maria
girls.
Ford.
They were the three girls that came in.
And Maria, she had got herself a new violin and she brought a gig and somebody knocked into it and smashed off something. But people aren't willing to.
I have to say that's one of the things I don't have to worry about with that mating, because the mating. See, when you hold it, it feels like you could batter somebody with it and it'd be fine. Like the loud.
It's not like the Honky Tonk Man. Remember his guitar was just built. You don't remember the rest of the Honky Tonk Man?
Oh yeah, I
Greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. No, it wasn't. Mr. Perfect.
He was the white boots and all, wasn't he?
Yeah,
the white boots, the white trunks.
He was Fat Elvis.
I'm Fat Elvis. That
was his gimmick, and
I'm the Honky Tonk Man.
And he would smash you with the back of his guitar.
Can't do that now these days.
That's the thing. What was it? A Gibson Les Paul made you fucking paralyze him.
No, fucking is it the Gibsons? The headstocks keep falling off them. Like loads, like it's a proper like structural engineering problem from the manufacturer. There's hundreds of them that I see. They're all like, what the fuck happened to this? It's just like a guy, and it's just like he tapped it or something or off something, and it just went. It crumpled.
So no, that's the thing though. I would be, I mean, but then as well, see, the once I learn how to get that loop station nailed down and the Helix is flying for me, it isn't gonna even be it will be bigger gigs. It'll be like, right, we're playing Stand Hall.
I bring the fucking
right. You're getting the full rigs going up.
But no, you'll have to bring everything. You'll have to bring the ME80 as well, just in case. Like something fucking shit itself, because you're like,
oh, but that the only bit I'm worried about now is that I haven't had to be like use my head musically properly, and I haven't had to. Even when we've been doing our stuff, we've been doing stuff. It's playing songs we've been doing, so I have to go and learn shit again. I'm not looking forward to that. Well, I am, and I'm not. I think it's a lot of hard work.
I think it's like me with that fucking editing up the stairs and it's like, once you got the grasp of the basics, things will fly. So like, pick a song that'll be really easy to do, like, and it's just your tone that you're after and your clean tone to do that, and then you have it all set up, and then you go and you pick a song like the dance tune and you play all the different parts on that there. You know what I mean? And then you go, right, what I use distortion, I use wah, and I use fucking delay or something like that. Your delays, mate, see, if you don't come at me with some really good fucking delays, I'm gonna be super pissed off, because you now have the ability to create all sorts of mad textures. And I want to start using my fucking my Strymon.
On the Boss RC300, you can do I think it's called positive and negative sweeps. Yeah. So it cuts out all the high end or it cuts out all the low end.
Lovely.
Because I've seen Fitzy using them. I'm going to ask him how he does that. Because stuff like that would be really cool. And
like, you know, like it sounds like a filter.
Yeah, it's basically so like if we were playing like RFEG or anything like that there, because it's such a.
I love the mid sweep when you always hear in the dance tune where it builds up and builds up.
You just hit that and then it just goes like out there, it swells.
I wonder if there is a thing, right, where we could do this live, where you would get our gear matching up into like a unit where we could do like a mid sweep swell, like together.
Oh no, that
like
is
simultaneously.
That is absolutely possible, but I just feel like it would be more trouble than it's worth.
Like if you got like a wah pedal, just a singular wah pedal, and you did a line out, you did the thing from my unit and your unit into like a splitter that goes into the wah pedal. Yeah. So then we'd be like, right, this is going to build up. Like, you ever see when it's like in a club and it's and then it goes and it like fucking it swells and then the drop comes. So we would do that, but you go over and you stand on the wah pedal.
Yeah.
And then you would bring it in, you know, and it would just be like a controller for both of our stuff rather than us having to try and do it together.
See, that's a good point. I was thinking about, should I get a wah simply because...
A separate wah?
Simply because the thing is, see that expression pedal on the Helix, I don't want to go down the same road as under my Boss M80 where I ragged it like... I don't. I want that to literally be an expression pedal where I tap it to switch it on and then move it to whatever level.
So I think because... I think those are like the least worries in terms of what, like, if something goes wrong with that in terms of like flopping down and up and down, you can go in and tighten that shit up.
Of course, but I don't want to have to. I think maybe adding an extra wah on there, because it's funny actually. I was watching.
You can have two wires and fucking have one.
Yeah.
Because there's one I seen that had the octave thing that you could do an octave swell, or you could do it like a harmony that goes up 3 and all these things. So you could have fucking two of them going at the same time and have some crack with it. Like
I would, because I also just because with the injury I got last year with my foot, my
wouldn't have been an anniversary episode without mentioning the foot. Fuck's sake. Wouldn't have been it.
Fucking I wouldn't, because a genuine injury just from the years and years of just beasting that wah pedal. I want to get away from wah a bit more because I need to. I can't. If that happens again, mate, we are screwed. Like I can't drive and B, I can't play.
Well, that's why you're going to be doing all our original stuff. Only with me, only because you'll be doing background stuff on top of my stuff. You won't have to do anything. You won't have to bring a fucking pedal board. But here,
I won't have to bring a violin. I'll just stand there with like a sign going applause.
You'll be the ring girl, fucking knowing about your bap set and your fucking round 2 coming. I was going to say, so here, I'm going to wrap things up, but before we do, because it's the 20th episode, my bed broke last night. It just broke, and that's what we're going with. Okay,
it's funny because when you text me to say your bed broke, about an hour beforehand I'd asked you, do you want to play some Call of Duty, and you said,
oh, I have to go to bed.
I have to go to bed. And I was like, it's unlike you to not want to play Call of Duty.
No,
so,
do you know what it was?
Just putting it out
because
there.
that whole week when we were I was staying up to like 3 or 4 in the morning, video editing, and Farina was like, you're fucking knackered all the time. I know, video editing, just doing the dick
How
dance.
is your Pornhub premium working out for you?
A couple of subscribers there, but well, here, just before we show you this, I was thinking, anybody who wants to start this business with me, I'm more than happy. I have come up with the idea, I've got the platform. Did somebody say just feet, right? So this is the best way to make money, and
say
just feet, and it's Snoop Dogg coming on with a wee fucking anklet bracelet and all that. But no, listen. So I say with this, I was like,
what do you call that cream that gets rid of the athlete's food? Savirex or something?
Sponsored by like those fucking shoes the grannies wear, the Crocs. But this is I seen the Farina. I was like, cause if I were to say to you here, take a picture with your lad in your hand looking all sexy, you'd be like, no, I would generally feel uncomfortable about doing that.
Feel sexy.
Sexy's and
it doesn't feel sexy.
Comes out sniffing the air. No, back inside.
Way back in.
But taking it, if I said to you here, take a picture of your fucking feet and send it to me, you'd be more inclined to go, right, there's nothing, nobody can identify you. Nobody's going to go, I recognise that baby toe anywhere, fucking make you dirty bastard. So I was thinking, right, you fucking get people to take pictures of their feet. You sit in various positions, feet up on the sofa, wearing a wee anklet bracelet or fucking whatever, and you just set up a food fetish porn site with just pictures of feet. Somebody, it probably does, but they're not going to get fucking mainstream advertising like I am. I mean, the jingle's already written because I'm stealing it from fucking Just Eat. Do you know what I mean? So the advert for it would be, instead of the guy running around with the delivery bag on, it'd just be the bike and just his feet naked. Yeah. But anyway, so I was thinking somebody say Just Feet, and you get subscribers to it, and they can do whatever they want. The contributors don't have to identify themselves, and you'd make a fucking fortune.
I think that's a good note to end on.
No, we'll get one better. I know you're saying good note to end on because that's horrific and we need to stop. But because
flip on.
So this is where I was going with this, right? So
food fetish.
Yep, food fetish. I had a wee thing just. So I was cleaning out the old bedroom there because we're going to go and buy a new bed here. And I found fucking posters from back in the day. I know there's a light shine on us and it's quite hard to see, but this was from Wednesday the 3rd of August, and I reckon this was about 7 years ago. So this was my EP launch. So La Boca, which was down, it was opposite Voodoo, and it was the fucking place. See, when you were a singer-songwriter, Tuesdays, La Boca, open mic night, everybody was there. You were smoking gans out the front, pints, great crack. It was a real fucking sense of community about it. So I found this poster. This is from my EP launch that I didn't actually launch. I didn't do anything with it. We just literally had a gig on. So who was at? Phil Parker, Finn's godson.
Shout out to Phil.
He never plays out. I don't even know why. I think I did a gig with him just to give him a gig because he's always been more of a composer to me than anything else.
Yeah.
The Steve Experiment. Fucking Steve Experiment. Anybody about the town or worked in Voodoo knows. You never met the Steve Experiment, did you? Steve is good lad. Like, he did a wee bit with us, and he did Loop Station like arrangements of things and all. So that was fucked up. But here, what to see? So then I found another one from a night that I tried to run 6th of August.
Tony McHugh on that?
I got Tony McHugh to play that. Tony McHugh came in and
he's the only person on that list that actually going on to do anything.
That Gavin First one's a cunt.
No.
But Tony McHugh fucking came in and...
That actually looks like Tony. Looks like it could be Tony.
No, it looks like Tony now because he's got that fucking mop of shite in his head for her. Do you ever see it?
Yeah.
It's just like, I always like him whenever I see him, and he knows the crack. But if you haven't seen Tony McHugh, go check him out.
Instrumental Extremist.
That's the name I used to go under. Instrumental Extremist. I got a call from fucking Special Branch one day and I had to change the name because they thought I was planning to blow up Manchester with a brown note.
That's amazing.
So just thought so it was 20th episode. We'll have a wee fucking look at what I found underneath my bed. All the other stuff I had to bin and destroy for evidence.
Do you know what's under my bed? 4 violins I don't play. Literally, that's what's underneath there. Because they're just old, and I'm like, I don't want it. I'm like, if I get rid of them, I'll regret it. Even though they're shit.
I was thinking of this, like, I was like, saying to Fernando, I was like, fuck, I kind of want to get my banjo again. I kind of want to go get a banjo.
I think you should.
Because that's what I played for years and years and years. Because I was thinking about
this. I think you shouldn't and put it through my boss, Emmy, Eddie. Go nuts.
Here, I've never seen a banjo with a pickup in it, actually. So it'll be interesting to see what the crack is with it.
Con had one.
Did he had that.
Was a Banjo-Taro.
It was that big fucking. They were those big ugly things. I've never liked them. It's like the Paul McCartney bass.
Yeah.
Only with a banjo. Oh, it's a horrible looking fucking thing.
I know.
But
something to look at.
That's it. That's what I tell myself every time I look down.
Anyway, so it's time to go. Remember, rate, review us on Apple Podcast. Share our Spotify podcast on your Instagram story. Patreon
video.
Patreon.com/String Ninjas. For £1, you can have a picture of his feet. For another £1, you can have a picture of my feet.
You only get the left one with yours, but that's the thing. You have to pay £2 for the power.
The right one's the one that's insured, because that's the one I want with. So if you want to, no, I'm not going to say that. No. So anyway, thank you for watching. Share the Disco Biscuits video, and I'm away to empty my dad's bag. See you later.